All right, so it's it's October 19th, 2024. Um, just doing my weekly review. So last week, last week was able to. I closed it out already. Last week we were able to stay in, I think, positive. I think we closed out positive or break even. This week we closed out positive also. This is my gross P&L. This is it after commissions. I did take way too many trades. A lot of it chopped me up. The last trade of the week actually got me green. Um, I fluctuated a lot with my trades. As you can see, I was down and up, down and up. Um, what else? So there goes my worst, down by 413. I don't even remember this. I don't think I was down that much. Probably just paying out distribution, just overtime. So fees. Wait a minute as I figure this out. So um, as you can see, I started off the week here, red. It's 14. Yeah, red. I took way too many trades on just the 14th. The 14th was, I believe, a Monday. We came back. I took multiple trades. I don't think the levels were even in sync. And then on the 15th, I took some trades, just losing it here. And then I was able to kind of like, close out with a smaller loss than before because I was just really hammering away with losing the account apparently. And then I regathered myself on the 16th. You can see I started like making some progress, really taking more riskier trades, but trying to be very selective still. Then I stayed in then I stayed for too long. I should have walked away, but I ended up giving back $50 just staying in the charts for too long because this trade came in all the way so late. I wanted price to move in my direction, and let's be real, the last 5 to 10 minutes, 30 minutes of the day, price is not gonna really move the way you want it to if it's not going to. Um, so yeah, price did move eventually in my direction, but that was way after the market closed, and I was during the overnight session. And then on the 17th, started really like giving back a lot, and then I kind of made up some, then give it back, made it up, made it up, made it up. Right, I was able to make up a good chunk back on the 17th. I was trading ES, the minis versus the micros. This time, and so that got me pretty good because these larger wins kind of help, but these small cuts they still hurt. These cuts hurt, especially the commission, that hurt. Um, and then on the last day, that's the 17th still, and then on the last day here, this one worked out pretty well. This is probably the one trade that I actually followed my rule with. The the other ones, what's that noise? 1 minute. We gotta wait. I'm recording right now. All right. So, what I was saying. So, yeah, last week um I was able to finish positive. So let's see. Let's go over some of the trades. I did take quite a bit of trades. So That's probably what hurt me the most. I took 30, about 39 trades. 15 of them were losers, more or less. Um, but the losers hurt. So let's try to do a quick rundown through them. Let's do this view here. Put on the days, and let's just run through them as quickly as we can for the sake of the um, time. For the sake of time. All right. So here I try to go short. Good idea. Um, price came up, spiked down, came up, didn't find any volume. Then it pushed down with some volume, came back up. I like this inverted candle, started pushing through. I entered here, and then I ended up getting stopped out at break even. This one probably went further, but this is what the NQ looked like. But looks like it probably wouldn't have gone further because it looks like NQ was still at initial balance. So what was ES? ES was at the top of initial balance, so they weren't in sync. And I'm not sure what came off of this trade. Looks like when it came back down, it took me out. It looked like I tried to re-enter it again on this candle, which was not a good sign. Didn't break any lines, and ES was NQ was still at initial balance. So this is where I was really messing up. It's the 14, a third trade. NQ has now left initial balance, like it's skyrocketed out of it. Right, strong selling, got bought back up, pushed back down, strong selling, and then I tried to take an NQ short. Apparently, I never traded NQ. I said let me give it a shot. Price started rejecting high and get it stopped out. Price never reached that high point for me to even consider taking that short. And ES was now above initial balance, so I was just basically going against anything and everything that could help me with this. So when I was trying to go short here, all right, ES had a strong buy level, and it was really holding. Never had a really strong sell rejection level. We did have a strong long candle down here, so this was just minor. I should have just tried this one time. This is the only entry point, and I just should have called it there, right? Nothing else came in after that, so that was just been a waste trying to go long. And then NQ basically, ES basically held the 50% fib at 11 o'clock. So though it was rejecting, the volume was low, wasn't as high as these other two, and price just held. We did have a strong selling here. Where did the selling come from? Let's see, which candle bar is it? Is this one here? Strong selling, but price is holding it. Price came back above, and price just bounced and moved up. So since we didn't get below the strong selling, I should have told myself that we're probably still going to go long since we're still above the strong selling. Strong selling, price came back up above it, came back, retested it, and we moved up. Right? It sounds simple, in hindsight, but it's not when you're in it in the moment. So he goes to 14th again. Look, I'm still trying to trade NQ. Now we're at a supply zone. We're getting price action moving. We do have volume, but I'm trying to go short. I'm trying to go short, but it doesn't look like we cleared. Okay, we did clear this one. Boom. And I tried to go short on this break here. Price came back out and it stopped me out there. I did move my stop loss to break even. There goes ES here right above its supply zone. No volume still, so this was probably not a bad of a trade because we pushed down. We're kind of below that volume. Price came back up, popped, and we had that, right? But it just didn't work out. Then I tried it again. I shouldn't have. I should have just called it there. Lucky for me, price pushed up and looked like it came back down to initial balance again. Came back up to 50% fib, but came back up into my break even point. I exit that trade. Then I said, screw it. I'm gonna take a long. Price spiked above. I'm gonna go right back to ES because we're holding this. This is the noon area, so I tried the long there, and I think I ended up just exiting the trade when price dumped back down. So price went up, hit this level, and dumped down. This would have made up all of the loss. I considered taking that exit there, but I didn't. Then I went right back to NQ. You can see how I'm flip-flopping around a lot, right? And then I went back to try to take a long inside of supply, which I should not be doing. Should not be trying to take a, no, I'm trying to go short. Okay, yeah, this is trying to go short. I took this one here, price pushed, then price pushed up, and then, you know, looked like it was going to reject, so I took this here, but price just kept rising. And I don't know what came off this trade, aside from the fact that I do think we dropped afterwards. I really do. I think we dropped afterwards, but the damage was done. And I think with this candle here, the strong selling is what we got with ES here, and this is probably a better place to enter. And I think I missed that trade. I think this is the one of the trade that I missed on the 14th. Now I don't have my charts up to go over it. So that was that. That was just the 14 itself. This is a zero print idea where price had a zero print, but hard to really read it. But price had a strong volume here. It created a zero print. Price came back and retested it, and then from there we sold off drastically, and that was just like insane. As you can see, we had a pullback to that zero print area and sold off. That was pretty much it. See how price dropped. Then we bounced here, strong volume, pushed price up, came down, had a nice inverted candle right here. This right here could have been a nice entry, stop loss there, but I entered it kind of late, way over here. I think I ended up getting stopped out at break even with this one. That one was good. You can see we have that same, inverted candles here, stop loss there, strong buying, right? So the possibility was there. Price came up, hit these highs here, and then started coming back down. I did try it again. We had some strong volume that came in, but I didn't like how price was dropping. I did like this, but I think price held the entire time. I am so wrong. Price dropped even further. I thought price held for this one. Price dropped even further down, and price held on NQ, I believe, for the most part, and then price did eventually start dropping. Here it's reversing back up. I did say screw it, let's give it another shot. Price moved up, and I think it hit my 2-1, but came down very hard at this buying level here. We couldn't clear it. I took my exit. So as you can see, price was struggling to clear it. I took my exit as price was tumbling down. I said screw it, I'm not gonna give back too much of this. I was in like 1 mini. We went up from 76 to 82, 76, 77, 78. It's about 6 points. 6 points is $300. If I had 2, that's $600. So yeah, that was that. And then NQ looked like it was trying to finally go, but as you can see, where price, where is it? Price was up here where it had rejected, right? It dropped down even further, and then I tried to long again. So the whole time I just been trying to long this sell off, not a single green candle on the 30-minute. So I'm trying to long this sell off, and I'm just really getting my ass chewed out. And then price comes down so low and bounce a little bit. Alright, so then on the 16th, this was a good trade. Not gonna lie, this was a good trade, but it was poorly managed. I saw that we came down to this area and we were bouncing a lot. I saw the buyers came in. I like this volume candle that came in here. I wanted to see price come up. Price came back down. I entered around this candle here. Stop loss right down here. I really like how we had the volume coming in, for sure. Though it was at the bottom of the range, but I like we had strong volume came in, and then the buy came in very strongly. I like this inverted candle, but I needed to see buying. Buying came in very strongly over that last selling candle. We came back down. We had this nice green candle, and that was it for me. And that's like green, a nice red candle with green buying volume. That piqued my interest. I did buy. It caught me up to here. I was trying to take my first exit here, and then my second one up there. I went in two micros. When it started moving, I went in one mini ES. Was looking to exit here. I took the one mini off. I wanted to leave the two micros on. At least I wanted to leave one micro on and let price run up to here. I ended up buying another micro, and that really threw me off. So once I bought the other micro, price started pushing down a little bit, and I said I don't want to give up what I made on the first micro on the one that I just bought, and then also lose on the one that I already have open, because it set me up to like here when I closed out the second micro, and I said screw it, I'm gonna close everything out. So this one was supposed to be a bigger runner because price did move a lot higher. I took this because NQ was at the mid zone. We also had the same buying coming in, and I like that candle that came in right here. As you can see here on ES, and then we had that doji candle here, which is this one here, and then price took off, right? And as you can see, price went up to my level that I had set. You can see I had the to the one over here around 5868 around these two Tuesday candles. I think this is not them. These are them right here, right? We went right to that level perfectly. I readjusted this, went back and saw that I actually had a level here as well, but I mismarked it. This is it over here. When I went in and checked, and I saw that okay, I did have a level down here because I had this a little higher, and I just ignored that. I noticed that price bounced and bounced here at this area, and then when we came to it in the pre-market, we came to it, and during the market we did the same thing, and we bounced and priced up, and that was just a perfect thing. This is it right here. Found some volume somewhere around here. It's hard to read on the picture, but I can see where price bounced out of this areas, right? Drop down into it and then just slowly grind out. Drop down to it, shortly moved out, came down to it, accumulated, and then moved away. Right? So those were pretty good. Then this is the same day that I did give back that $50 I think, or $60, trying to make the market go in my direction. So we had this long move that I caught half of it. Price came back down, retested right around here, held noon time, and then pushed up. Right? I was thinking about taking the noon candle here. We had that volume, could have held it and moved higher because we're touching that IB edge. It looks like also that that noon candle works very well on IB. In whatever direction it is and what it touches, it's likely going to go in the opposite. So if it's here and it touches there, it's going to go. If it's above it and it touches there, it's going to go higher. So that's probably something for me to note. IB has been very good for the 1230 candle and 1 o'clock candle to initiate where to go, especially on when I see volume on the 30-minute chart. So yes, here I did give back some of that money that I made on the week, which I wish I didn't have. I should have walked away, but I was really trying to force the trade, and I gave back trying to force the trade, and it hurt. Here we had a strong initial balance bounce, and as you can see here is what I'm talking about. At 13 hours, we had some volume, price held, and then price just moved up higher, right? And then 17th, we came down to Tuesday strong volume area and bounce. I kind of, is the 17th was a Thursday, it wasn't the 18th. I was trying for this one. I needed price to actually come back up to this here. That was my level. I added the 0 DTE, the 0 print here as price was passing, but price passed it and I still tried it. I tried it twice. And I shouldn't have. 3 times apparently, and I shouldn't have. And then on my 4th and 5th candle, when I saw this finally rejected the level that I had, right, that's when I took it, and that one actually went strongly in my favor, and my goal was to get down here, But I added this line here because price looked like it was rejecting, and I didn't like that. And I think NQ was also doing something that I didn't like. But my goal was to get down here, and we ended up breaking and smashing through that very nicely. And then I took my profit. No, that was my idea for the take profit, but my exit was down here, up here. So that one I forced the entries twice, and then I mismanaged the trade itself. All right, because of actually getting stopped out multiple times. And as you can see, NQ came close to the area, broke, and dropped. All right, so those are some poor stuff. On the 17th, my last entry, I think here I ended up giving some money. I'm trying to go short where price is spiking, curving out, balling out. Don't know why I tried to go short here. It's out of the demand zone, but I ended up eating it, and it was I should have ate that one. That was my problem. I shouldn't have even tried it. And then I did long, looking for price to reach up here, but I took my exit here when price looked like it was stalling, and I'm not sure what happened after that. But this is what I needed to have done. Was just trying to go short inside of demand. I should have slapped myself from doing that. But I don't know what came after this trade. Price probably dropped or probably went higher, but I'm not sure. I don't see any volume indicating that price was going to shift direction anytime soon. Um, and that would just this would have been the best area to exit at 5898. Um, do I even have double spike? Spike came back up. This is that area where we sold off before. When I took the trade after messing it up, and we sold off to my area, and then price engulfed this, pushed up, and then we had another volume at 12 o'clock on the dot. So I didn't take this trade, and then we pushed off, and then we rolled out of this trade. Like you can see that we're rolling out. We rolled out of this and dropped. I wanted to take the short, but I was hoping to get some volume that I like. But we had buying volume that wasn't moving. We had this nice doji candle that usually claims of reversal, especially when it hits a level of interest. So the doji hitting the level of interest, which is the timber candle, or this green candle with selling volume. So this one didn't have selling volume at all. I'm not talking about, but it's in the rejection area. Um, and so the opportunity was missed. Trying to go short, or trying to go long down here, but trying to also wait for an actual volume here sell off. But we already had buying that wasn't getting fulfilled, and price just rolled over very nicely. As you can see here, we hit that area of 50% initial balance at 12 o'clock, and then 12:30. Nice thing. And then price just held, and then it sold off. So that was a good move, a good trade idea. Just didn't take it, and poor execution on my end. And as you can see, we stayed below the 30% fib, giving me maximum opportunity. Could have entered on this buy here, stop loss up there, and looking to see price sell off. Right, that one had maximum opportunity. And then on Friday end of the day, I took a long around 11. We had this level here. Price bounced out of it, gave me some inverted hammer ideas here on the 30-minute. I didn't take the 30-minute. Gave me a doji on the 30-minute. Still didn't take it. And then I saw price bounce around a lot. Looking for price to move up here. This was my actual goal. I wanted the price to come back down to this here, but mostly this area here. This is where I wanted to see price bounce. But we made and found value up here. And then so when price pushed up, came down, gave me this inverted hammer candle, I took the trade, not realizing that we're also at a 50% fib for a good opportunity. So once I entered, price spiked up, came back down here, and then started moving higher. I moved my stop loss. My goal was to get to my 2.1, 2.0 section. We came up to here. I didn't like this doji candle. I took my exit because this is a sign of possible reversal. I took my exit even though we didn't have volume, and then price pushed up to my 2.1, and I took my final exit there. Price did eventually move much higher, and I missed out on that opportunity. But I was glad that a trade that I waited for made sense, and I took my time, and it went in my favor. And as you can see, price continued grinding up higher. I think for me that my entry, when I did enter, we did get the same inverted candle on NQ as we did on ES, and this one we got it on VWAP, and it pushed up. And I took my exit here because, well, we're at supply and NQ, and that's supply and ES. So I didn't want to force a trade to move through supply, and ended up stopping because my next ideal area was up here. So I just took my exit, and then went about my day. So that's basically was my week for last week. So this week, some stuff that I'm gonna look forward to are those doji candles in areas where we had strong selling before. Especially I think the one on the 16th. Yeah, that one here. If I can find it, I probably can't. It was the 17th. It was the 17th right here. Right, we got that spike here at midday, and it rolled over. And also, I'm gonna keep my middays probably for initial balance moves. It's not gonna be anything else. Because I do get initial balance moves around 11 o'clock also, but at 12:30, from that 12:15 to 12:30 to 1 o'clock, initial balance seems to work very well with it. Versus trying to make the trade move for me. So I'm gonna reserve IBs ideas on the 30-minute for the noon session. IB noon 30-minute, and then I'll probably get an idea of probably 30 and 15-minute. Probably get an idea of what the price look like. Um, and then my pre-market levels have been very spot on, using volume to mark them, and that's pretty much it. So that's my week. Thankfully we got out positive, but could have been much more. There was a trade that could have been a thousand something winner, and I ended up just getting 100 for the day. There wasn't the trade. It was this one here, right, where I was using these ideas to make the money, and I kept losing versus waiting for this one trade where price came up, and then without being so emotionally wrecked prior, letting price run down to that level, right? So from 5907 to 5892. Quick calculator. 5907 minus 5892. So about 15 points times 50. And it was a little bit more because this went to, like, I think 17 or something like that, or 18. So 17 times 50. It was almost 1,000. I believe somehow I had got it to 1,000. I was gonna have two micros also. So let's keep it at 15. So 15 times 50, that's 750. And then 10 times 15, 100 plus 750. And then it was something that I did. I think it was probably 17 points that got me to 1,000. 850. Yeah, I think that was it. 10 times 17 plus 850. Yeah, I remember it being something like that. And then I ended up, because price went a little steeper, and I ended up closing out break even. I think I hit this 58.90 level that I have here. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, 17.75, 88.7.5. Yeah, so yeah, so that would have been like $1,000 move on those two trades, on those two contracts. And if I close them all out there, if I didn't, then it'll probably be a little less than that because price did come down and then it bounced. So I would have closed out for sure this, and then maybe half of that. So something like that. I don't know. So yeah, so something like that, and then whatever residual I get from closing out the trade up here, so maybe another 20 or 30 points. Who knows, right? Because yeah, probably like 30. Yes, it probably still would have been like 1,000 something. So very good trade ideas, poor execution. Very poor execution. Like I said, I wanted price to come down to these lows, these highs down here, because it was a gap fill, and it went down to that, hitting this Wednesday end of day volume, which I would like to see price touch. Because we had the other volume was on this candle, and we kind of cleared it, and the next volume was right here, that we cleared midday. So we cleared this one during the session, and then this one was like after. So that one was where I wanted price to really go down to, and I think price did go down there. Um, okay, it did not go. Hmm? Can't really see that area. Oh, this is it. So it did not go down there. It went short. It came back up. I would have been out of this trade already. It went short. It came back up and came back down to it eventually. So I would have been out of the trade already. So probably like 800 or 900 bucks. You just gotta be honest with myself. All right, so that's it for me for today. Logging off. See you at the beginning of next week. I don't think we have any holidays.